Now we are going to Argentina, my favorite place since September. I was called a keyboard tiger. You don't know what you're talking about. You have never been to the field, Marco. Okay, so let's book a trip. Duncan from Journey with Purpose, who have a nice stand outside, contacted me on LinkedIn and told me about this magnificent trip. Okay, so I convinced my wife, no Burning Man this year, we're going to Argentina. And to be honest with you, it was the most amazing experience ever. On the nature side, every day we had a different animal which gets reintroduced to Parque Iberra. On the people side, both the ones who are working there, the ones which were with us on the trip, was like a group of 14 specialists, except for us, I guess. But it was an amazing experience, and we want to do a NOAH trip next year, so Duncan will inform us more about the details. But now, over to Sofia, who is, by the way, also a board member of the Wies Academy, who we are working with on the Data Alliance pilot in Kenya.
Thank you very much,
The stage is yours.
Marco.
Thank you so much for coming.
Well, I wanted to present a project. We are an NGO, so basically we are supported by philanthropists. In my earlier state, I was an employee of Tompkins Conservation, Doug and Chris Tompkins. They came to Argentina because they think there was a lot of parks and areas and ecosystems to be protected. So we started there. Let's see. This is Argentina. So we started there in Iberá, where Marcos was telling you. There he bought 150,000 hectares, and we leverage with the government because we find there was 500,000 hectares of fiscal land that could be protected and restored. So basically what we learned since 20 years is to rewild the ecosystems so we can have functional and complete ecosystems. As you know, nature is the best solution for climate change. Evolution have made nature the best cycle carbon technology to put it down into the soil. So what we think is if we can restore nature with the keystone species, we can accelerate and animate the carbon cycle. And this is what we are trying to do in Iberá. But not only, this is me with Doug and Chris, where they came and they make like 8 national parks in Argentina and 8 in Chile, so they're my heroes. and now we, with a team of Argentines, we continue their work. You know, South America was depleted in like more than 400 years ago. All the wildlife was hunted and taken away because of needs in Europe and other countries that were developed, also the wood. And now most of the countries, what we know and we feel that are wild, most of them are completely defaunated, and we need to bring back the keystone species. That's why we are, since 20 years ago, we are trying to learn and we are bringing back the jaguar. As Marcos said, when he was there 2 years ago, we aimed to release the first 4 jaguars, and now we have 13 jaguars in the wild, and that is a big accomplishment because it's a top predator. Not easy that the people love the jaguars, but in this case, they love it, and it's basically because it's a nature-based economy. This means that the people in the surrounding, they live with the incomes that the tourism generates. And this is a tourism that is generated through wildlife watching. People go there because they love to be part of the ecosystem. They love to feel that there is no fear between the wildlife and them. And you can really approach the animals. And this is made with local guides. So basically what we work a lot is in this, with the 200,000 people that live around Iberá. And most of the families, they learn how to become entrepreneurs. No? The model, we call it nature economy, is based on large protected areas that most of them, we buy it from land owners, and we donate it to the government. But before that, to become a national park or a provincial park, but before that, we restored it with the keystone species, and we basically create a brand, a tourist destination. That brand is an umbrella for all kinds of new products, handicraft products that the local people learn how to do, or they already know, but that they became entrepreneurs so they can sell it with a good price in the market. And we also start working with the neighbors, the ranchers, so they can change the way they think, so they can incorporate also new economies, and also try to regenerate the soils through a new way of managing the livestock. Basically, through that process, we have bought and protect through donation 100,000 hectares. 9 national parks were created through this model, because when the government sees that this is a proposal, economical proposal, and not just conservation, they are willing to replicate the model in other provinces. So in Argentina, they call it nature production or nature economy, because it's the way that they incorporate the local people. And it's a new opportunity for them. It's not only cattle ranching, what you can do in Argentina, it's also tourism, and tourism brings a lot of opportunities and learning and education for people that live in rural communities. We also work a lot in the sea. Fisheries are depleted, so that's another thing, but we aim to create 2 big national parks in the south with the government, and now we are trying also to bring this model to the coast. So, this is some of the keystone species that we are working with. Most of them, they are endangered species. And we are working in, as I said, in Patagonia as well. No? We are willing to work in different ecosystems, so we learn how to do it with different species and in different places with different climates. We think if we can scale up the rewilding, it will be important, because it's not only, the crisis is not only about climate, but also about extinction. And if the species go extinct, it will be very difficult to stop the climate catastrophe. I was trying to show you the numbers of families that we work with. It's not us as an NGO, but it's the government, it's the community that we are very proud that we could really create new 4 tourist destinations, and you are all invited there, not only to have the experience Marco have, but also to see how we manage the land, and we are learning how to rewild. Here in Europe, I know that there are many NGOs trying to bring back the megafauna, the big herbivores, but we need to do the same in the other continents, and every place we can try. We want to recover. No? Well, thank you very much, and you are all invited to go to Argentina.